Hello everybody, this is Ralph McFall with Dharma Publishing, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about a series of books that we published quite a few of called Jatakas, and read one of them for you also. So the Jatakas, Jataka is a Sanskrit word that refers to birth stories, and as you may know, the Buddha taught these stories as a method of, you could say, moral instruction. And the format is that in order to become enlightened, the Buddha spent countless lifetimes as a Bodhisattva, as a being who was dedicated to the project of becoming enlightened in order to serve sentient beings. And the Jataka stories the Buddha taught, he went back and recounted stories from his previous lives, sometimes as a human being, sometimes as an animal. And they are a form of instruction in what are the kind of virtues that people can cultivate in order to progress towards enlightenment. And they also illustrate in a kind of very highlighted or dramatized form the workings of karma. So karma is a word that means action, but its broader meaning in Buddhist terms is actions and consequences. So it's talking about the reliable nature of our moral universe or our mental universe, so that we can understand that there is a kind of order that allows us to progress on the path. We can determine what are the actions that will create harmony and balance and positive things in our lives, and which are the ones that lead us into trouble, and so we can steer our course and benefit ourselves and others. So the Jatakas are one of the principal ways of illustrating that in a very charming fashion. And in Tibet, Lama Palzong, one of the directors of Nyingma Institute in Berkeley, has told me that in Tibet, everybody listens to the Jataka stories, that they're not just like children's material, but they're read and listened to by monks and nuns, by lay people and by children, and that typically in every family there's someone who likes to tell these stories and is very masterful at it. And so people will sit around and listen to the stories and are very moved by the beauty of the selfless behavior of the Bodhisattva and the ethical lessons that are conveyed by the teachings. So Dharma Publishing has made a project from early on. Tarzan Tulku, our founder, felt that these were good exemplifications of what the Buddhist path was about, what it was leading to, and how you could implement it. So we have produced two, you could say, adult volume versions of Jatakas, one called The Marvelous Companion, and the other called Leaves of the Heaven Tree. And we have numerous, about 20-some children's versions of these stories also, which are very charming and nicely illustrated. This is one of them, Rabbit Who Overcame Fear. And so today I'd like to read one of the stories from The Marvelous Companion. Well, The Marvelous Companion is, the title means, that's the Bodhisattva, because of his compassion and wisdom and dedication to others. He was the marvelous friend for all that accompanied him through his countless different lifetimes. And this text is 34 stories by a first century Indian poet named Aryashura. And the title of the text, Sanskrit title, is Jatakamala, which means like a garland of birth stories. So